Coach, was the pace of the game in the second half much to your liking? Defensively, were you able to set the tone?
Well, I didn't think at the start of the third we were great, but you know, we got it going at the end of the third and into the fourth, and it was back and forth, and then really executed well offensively, made a lot of great individual plays offensively, and got better defensively as the game went on. But you know, they're a really good team, and sometimes you play great defense on them and they make shots anyways. I thought the first quarter especially was super high-level shot making by both teams.
Hey, Brad. It seems like during this streak, you guys have consistently executed down the stretch. Are you happy with what you're doing offensively?
We've got
at that
to.
Point?
Yeah, we've got to, and that's really important. Hasn't been perfect. It wasn't perfect tonight, but there were much more good than bad. So that's who we have to be, and you know, guys are committed to that.
Brad, 14 points in the third quarter out of Jayson Tatum. I mean, what are you seeing different in his approach, and is this something that, you know,
yeah, I'd
was
say
he the one that triggered, you know, the offense and everything that second half?
I wouldn't say that necessarily see anything different in him. I just think as he gets more experience, he's getting better. He's done a great job working in the weight room and doing different things to, you know, continue to go through the long season, and he's really, really starting to peak, I think. So it's been fun to watch. You know, we played him at the one some tonight, which we haven't done yet, and it allowed us to be really big on the other end of the floor, which was nice. But you know, obviously, he's a talented guy. Does a lot of good things.
Brad, you went to that 2-3 zone a bit throughout the course of the game. You actually, if I remember right, went to that, you know, back when you played Toronto a couple months ago. Was that something you saw you saw what you liked, I mean, the other night, or was it something against them you just like want to try?
Well, when we play those big lineups with Tatum at the top of that, it's a pretty good guard at the top of a 2-3 zone when he puts his arms out. You know, like so. We ran it a couple times in the first half with mixed results, but a lot of our issues were late in the clock. So felt like it was something we could go back to if we needed to, but it was, you know, sometimes it's really a good move. Sometimes they just miss shots. I'll have to go back and look and see what it looked like, but it felt like we were active in the middle of it. Did get some deflections on drives and caused some turnovers out of it.
Coach, Marcus, I mean, he's emerged as just a big-time player for you in this stretch. Can you talk about how he's taken on that role?
Well, I said this when we traded for him. We really struggled to guard Marcus Morris. Always had a lot of respect for the way he could play. Thought he was going to be a huge part of our team from the get-go. Obviously went through all the injury early, but got himself feeling great. Talks about how he's never felt better, and he's playing great.
Coach, what do you like out of Kadeem, and what have you seen change in his play style since he's been in Maine and did really well there?
Yeah, he had a good year in Maine. You know, like any other rookie, I think that when he first got in games, even in the at the start of the season, it was a little bit. The speed was so much different. The length was so much different. I thought today he did a pretty good job. You know, he managed the game when he was in there. He guarded well. I felt like we were really going to miss Shane in this game because of his speed, and those little guards off the bench are hard to keep in front. But Kadeem and you know, some of our bigger guards did a pretty good job.
Brad, the zone allowed you to kind of match up Tatum with Lowry. What did he do against Lowry? Lowry usually is pretty good against you guys. He struggled tonight.
Well, I mean, he was cutting through, so I mean, they were passing him off, I think. But you know, Tatum's length makes him a good defender. Now, sometimes good offense beats good defense, and you saw that Lowry on a number of occasions tonight made excellent plays, and we couldn't do anything about it, even though we were in pretty good shape. So you just rotate guys on him and hope. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.